Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Kevin. A bit late this morning. My internet has been acting up here at the house, so I've got to call AT&T later today. Don't you just know it when you have an expectation that things are going to be fine and dandy, and they're not? So I apologise for being on here a couple of minutes behind the eight ball. Let me see. I'm going to do something different today. I'm going to let you in on what we do and how we do it before I get started with the message and the meditation. Today is, I think I've already said, 25th of November 2020, day before Thanksgiving. And I hope that you are all taking your time to, be with family. Yeah, relax, take some time to reflect. Okay, so here's my oracle cards. These are by Colette Baron-Reid, very well respected. I'd say she's like a new age worker. Don't know if she's a psychic. She's well read. She's got some books out there. And sometimes, when we can't really get answers scattered all over the place, especially now, I found myself to be trying to be centered and trying to be pulled in and reflective and observant, and I'm being distracted. It feels like okay, so two cards just fell out of this deck while I was talking, and they've fallen basically face down. So typically what I do is if they fall straight down like this, I'll pull this camera forward like that, then I'm going to go, this one being on my left, turn it over, the Rainbow Prince, this one being on there, the Metal King. Okay, so how do we interpret those? Excuse me for making you dizzy. So the Rainbow Prince is really talked about the compensation for perseverance and for doing the work and seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and really bringing all of your talents and gifts together in a very spiritual way. It is work, and it's kind of the work that we do all the time, being kind to other people, helping where we can help. And this doesn't mean you should feel guilty if you don't. I know that television advertising, online advertising at this time of the year, all of the fundraising charities amp up their give, because it pulls at our heartstrings. We're all in the mood and the mode of being with family and thinking about those who are less fortunate. Everybody's fortunate. Everybody's fortunate. Those who feel like they're less fortunate maybe temporarily found themselves in a tough situation. Those are the ones we help. And by helping, it means, okay, what do you need to transform? How can I help you do that? With the exception of a few, there are some who are disadvantagedly challenged due to age or different abilities. I don't like the word disability. I feel like everybody has an ability, and maybe easy to say, but yeah, those who have different challenges, they may feel disadvantaged. But then I look at folks who, for example, I've never seen a child or an adult with Downs who is not got a big smile plastered on their face and is all about love. I have not seen that. I don't think I've seen a miserable, sad or unhappy individual that is living with what they now call Down. I mean, the humans give these nasty labels to folks who are different. Nasty labels. I know when I was a child in England, they called anybody with Down's mongoloid, which was horrible. Um, really horrible. Anyway, let's get on to something positive. Sorry. The Metal King came in as a challenger. Really, the Metal King really talks about setting up your boundaries. When it comes in at a challenge, the card signifies that there are some areas of your life where you have to clean up the edges, the boundaries, the friendships, the commitments, and when it comes to the end of the Rainbow Prince and the Metal King, what I feel and what I get is, if you truly want to progress forward, if you truly want to make a difference in whatever area you're choosing, and you get to choose, some of the boundaries may have gotten weak or come out of whack or not be quite as tidy as you think they should be. And when I say tidy, I don't mean everything put in a box, but that might be one of them. You might find that, you know, you've got friendships that need to be adjusted, just like, I don't know, the chain on a bicycle, the engine of a car, the outside of your house, the garden, the yard. All these things have to be tidied up, have to be taken care of. Discard the old. If you're truly growing and you're truly transitioning into the person that you choose to be, want to be, or were purposed to be, know that the relationships you have outside your personal growth are going to also shift. I know myself in many times in my life where I have had development issues, growth, moving, doing things that are different. Those that are close to me in my life look at it as much to say, well, what are you doing now? And for a while, I would go internally and think, gosh, I don't want other people to think I'm crazy, choosing this, choosing that. It took me a long time to shift the internal blaming of choosing all these different things all the time, trying this, trying that, making this work, and then the guilt of the feeling that somehow I'd wasted time or wasted resources or wasted something pursuing something, and it was all other people's perception. So with all that to say, I encourage you to keep going, to persevere with whether that's meditation, writing, reading. I mean, for example, turn off the television that seems to be this black box of ratchetness, and pick up a book. Things like Thanksgiving isn't what it is typically being, gathering with people, but isn't this a golden opportunity to say, safety and security for me is alone time or special time with special people? Those are boundaries. Those are boundaries. You can feel sorry for other people if they don't quite get why you're doing what you're doing. You say, I'm sorry you feel that way. Don't remind them that's on them and you're different. You say, I apologize that you have that feeling. And then remind them that's not the intent. This is the intention. I'm not cutting you out. I'm not shutting you out. I'm not trying to discredit you. I'm just explaining that, you know, whatever your boundary is, be honest about your boundaries, stick to them. And there's a way you can look at your boundaries prior to explaining what your boundaries are, your new boundaries are. You can consider, if someone came to me with this boundary issue, how would I receive it? Again, like I said the other day, it isn't the message, it is how it's delivered, in what frame it's delivered. Not saying you have to pretty it up or you have to make excuses. And I certainly don't recommend anybody coming up with a fictitious lie to explain what your boundary is. Truth, 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 truth. I want it. Sometimes think, oh, that hurt, but I deserve it. And other people deserve it. I've been accused in my career and my life of being blunt. Well, blunt and sharp. I've got relatives who are accused of having a sharp tongue. Well, do you want it blunt or sharp? They're opposites. Understandably opposite. How do you arrive at this? Yes, it would be lovely to say to somebody, listen, this isn't working anymore, in some kind of flowery, nonsensical, sing-songy, rubbishy, shooby-doody kind of message. Here's the truth about that. People see right through that. They call it boo doody. Yeah. So, love sometimes comes, the boundary of love sometimes comes with, some harsh reality. Anyway, I'm digressing and going off on a tangent. I don't mean to. So, let's get into meditation. We're going to meditate with about a visualization. Let me see what I get, because today let's be in the receiving of thanks and receiving of love and receiving of all good things and goodwill. Palms up, please. Do big breath in. Release out what doesn't need to be here. Now mentally bring your consciousness to the soles of your feet and bring your mind to the pressing in of the soles of your feet, the grounding of where you are. Listen to what you're listening to. And let your mind settle. There's wiring going on. There are messages going on. There are habits that have been laid in there. Bring your mind to your breath in, releasing out. Practice this exercise enough, and the brain begins to go straight there. Now take a body scan, work up your left side first. Begin with the lowest point, which could be your left little toe. Think of taking your mind across all 5 of your left toes to your left big toe. Imagine that your mental eye, your third eye, your mind consciousness has a LED light on it. Come up into your left knee, work into your left thigh. Think of your little LED scope going up into your left buttock. And the delicate curves and softness of the left side of your abdomen into your left ribs. Think and feel and scan the left scapula, that big bone behind your shoulder. It's the blade of your shoulder. Scan out through the top of your left arm, elbow, your left wrist, all 5 fingers. Perhaps you stretch your 5 left fingers wide apart. Continue taking your mind up, left side of your face, cheek, ear, left eye, eyebrow. Your left temple. Feel the energy and the essence of the left half of your body. Breathe into the areas that are tight, stiff, stuck. Exhale out that tightness, that stiffness, and free up the stuck energy. Move your mind and attention down into your right foot. And see the bones of your right toes. The first knuckle behind your big right toe. The other 4 toes. With your LED mental scope, trace the outside blade of your right foot. In that bone, the outside edge of your right ankle, up into your right shin. Bring energy and mind and consciousness to your right knee. Your upper right femur bone out to your upper right thigh muscle and the skin surrounding the muscle. Travel up your right side. Up to your right side of your chest, your right sternum, along and across your right collarbone, down your right arm. Your lower right arm into all 5 of your right fingers and stretch your palm open. And take your mind up to the right side of your neck and your right jaw. Take the energy up. Your right eye socket, your right eyebrow. And all the way up to the right side of your head. Notice that tingling sensation, whatever sensation you feel that you are witness to, that you are experiencing right now here this morning. Right down the middle of your body, shine that light. Your right side and your left side join together with the energy down the middle. What your left eye sees and what your right eye sees are 2 different visions. What your left ear hears, what your right ear hears, are 2 slightly different sounds. Together, in harmony and unison, the retina and the sight of your right eye and your left eye combine together to bring you clear physical vision. Your left ear and your right ear come together to bring you clear universal sound. The left side and the right side of your brain work together to direct the messages that direct your physical body into action or non-action. Your internal senses, sense of taste, the sensation of touch, and the response to smelling. Are halfway between the mind message and the physical senses. Your third eye, what you see when both eyes are closed, is the first of your intuitive senses. Your intuitive senses allow you to choose what comes randomly, involuntarily, allows you to choose how and if you accept what you see with your third eye center. What your brain perceives, believes, or chooses that to be. Your brain has the ability to choose the filter with which you communicate. Your filters are connected to your fears, your excitement, choosing the filter depending on the likely outcome. Continue sitting and breathing and meditating in softness. I bring it in all of these physical senses, non-physical senses. Be with the experience of how they work together. Gently bring your hands together at heart center. In preparation to close this meditation, maintain and keep the feeling and the essence of the two sides of your body working together down the middle. Bring your thumb knuckles between your eyebrows, and together we bow and say, Namaste. Thank you, everybody, for that. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving in America. And I am on what most people would call Eastern Standard Time. I am going to bring a message. I am also thinking of switching and changing and altering a few ways I communicate through social media. And I could use your help if some of you out there care to give me some feedback responses as to whether or not I shift these meditation over to my Soul Path Connection page, whether I open up and rework the Soul Path Connection website. My choice is that I do many different things that are creative: hair, writing, doing this on a daily basis. And I'm mindful that while one person can do many things, an audience sees the one thing they want, or the one thing that benefits or gets. I don't separate my craft of hairdressing with my craft of spirituality, with my connection to the infinite. I don't think I've ever been able to do it. To me, that sort of equates to marketing with multiple personalities, and I'm not sure I can keep up with that. So give me your thoughts, your comments, and your and tomorrow morning I'm going to sleep in. I'm not going to do a 5:30 meditation with you. I might do one if I'm awake on my own privately, but what I will do, if you're willing, is pop on here at 8 a.m. and do a live chat on Facebook. I'll put a notice on the Facebook page, a reminder, an event, if you will share it. All right, dears. Thanks so much for everybody. Have a great Wednesday. Be safe out there. I love you. Bye.